This is No Money, Mo Money, and after putting an end to a 1,000-year war, he thought to take a little break. But old threats create new problems, and now his path leads to war, through a storm of blood. We are back yet again for another week, and we are about to head off to a brand new adventure for this week. But I completed a normal raid series. You know what that means. It's time to buy 250 Phoenix Downs, trash them, hang out with Y'shtola's sister, beat up in a freet eggy, and become a summoner. Anyway, that is enough for this week. Let's continue on with the Ivalice Raids. I also love the fact that just last week, I was like, this is the final set of monk gear that you can craft in Stormblood, and thus in my free trial playthrough. And then Yoshi P's response immediately was, you think so? You sure about that, pal? Well, hello there, Alma. Your name and your face and your dress look very familiar for some reason. All right, let's go check out the Prima Vista. Yeah, his baby's just been floating back here in the background for a while now, taunting and tempting me. Oh no, it's even worse than an airship full of Garleans. It's an airship full of actors. Late Emperor was a devoted patron of the arts. Oh wait, yeah, that would have been him. He cared about the arts? I mean, I guess. He's certainly a drama queen. The Zodiac Brave story, you say? Why, hello, Sid. Didn't you get enough hanging out with me while we were messing with Omega the last few weeks? Many Eorzean adventurers would leap at the opportunity to help an Imperial search for her missing father in Garlean territory, no less. Yeah, not a lot of people offering up their services for this job. Yeah, young Delita, a boy of common blood, becomes a hero, culminating birth of mythical kingdom of Ivalice. Yeah, so for those who didn't realize already by this being called the Ivalice Raids and Alma here and all of that, is this entire story is based around Final Fantasy Tactics. So her father believed he discovered evidence of a second hero whose efforts went largely unnoticed, you say. Wonder who that could be. The ruins lie beyond Nagsha, buried beneath the sands of the Dalmasca Desert. That is interesting that they brought these two different game stories together. We basically took Final Fantasy Tactics story, packaged it up, and then buried it beneath the surface of Final Fantasy XII's world. So Dalmasca is still conquered, and there is still a little resistance under the surface, and all of those characters existed and stuff like that, but now it's against the Garlean Empire. And we're also starting to mess around with Orosite. Oh, look at this stuck-up dork of a brother of Alma named Ramza. Strange. Alright, so it basically just assumes their dad went to Rabanastre because that's where his love of Evolution Legends began. Well, do you see that one Slayer of Gods they call him, Warrior of Light? It's interesting to note that these guys know who I am. Alright, time to get Rabanastre. Thank you for coming along, 23 doofuses. I'm grateful for your help. Wow, straight into the fight. I did not remember it going right into the fight that fast. But yes, this is mostly what we're dealing with throughout the Ivalice Raids, is the evil monster, god-like whatever beings from Final Fantasy Tactics. Okay, now we're getting poisoned. Well, not poisoned. Now we're being left breathless. And what we have to do is take out these toads before we stack up to 10 stacks of this breathless. Or just kill the boss, that works too. Oh, he's going on that side. Leaving half of the arena plus a little bit in the middle where he actually rockets across. Now he's gonna slam that down, so that's a bit of an AoE. And now he's going to raise up a tower that he's going to stand on, and we need to break it down. Wow, a lot of people just died. I do not know why so many people just died. But we got him. Getting charged. And then cleaving. Yeah, I remember that one now. He's trampling. Okay, let me get out of the way. There, while he does his little figure eight. Yeah, there it is. So you pulled Passage of Arms a bit early there. And then I'll go ahead and hit Mantra for the healers, and I'll also hit my heal, which is part of my mitigation. And he is done for.
Who dares disturb the slumber of Argath?
Oh, Argath, yeah.
Rightful king of Ivalice.
Argath, yep. This is the jerk that killed Delita's sister. Let's punch his face in.
Then by my sword shall I banish your souls to the deepest hell.
Yeah, they didn't wait for me. There are some real gung-ho people.
You will be judged.
In this run, which do not care.
Kneel and repent. I am the lies upon which you sup.
Sure, pal. I think this is lies again. So it's telling me to look away. I think I need to look at him or I get hurt. I believe. This guy has a similar mechanic to Kefka, where, like, depending on the mask that he's wearing, which that big mask that showed up on my screen, it's like lies or truths. He's really just some spoiled rich noble who basically destroyed an entire kingdom with a single move. Literally, most of Final Fantasy Tactics doesn't happen if this idiot doesn't just shoot Delita's sister to get at the thug that was standing behind her.
This body, it is not my own.
Oh, gods, what have I done? Save me! Ramza! Save me!
Ramza and the Warrior of Light? It's great that they know me. Oh. Well, great. Now these idiots strike. Begamnin, the bounty hunter, do humbly thank you for delivering me this fine gift. Yeah, they're gonna use the dad to try and find more of these ruins and orosites and blah, blah, blah. That one, she will bring it to me. You don't want the Warrior of Light to be the one bringing it to you. I'm gonna punch you in the... Well, given my height and given his height, you can assume where. Yes, stupid lizard man. You're so clever and devious. Now go play with Orosite and see what it does to you. Orosite does not work to facilitate the possession of a living host by an icon, but rather absorbs the host's ether and somehow transforms it before returning it to the host's body. Irrefutable evidence that Delita had a close companion named Ramza who aided him in his rise to power. This led me to Alma, that I might never lose sight of the truth. I named my own children after these yeah, sure. So that's the excuse for why we have a Ramza and an Alma in our Final Fantasy Tactics raids. Genomus and Lexentale. That is my stage name. My true name is Araslav Durai. My ancestor penned the Durai Papers. An account of Ivalice and the War of the Lions. The details what actually happened. After the War of the Lions, believed the people of Ivalice had a right to know the truth. Said about documenting his deeds, yeah. When the church learned of his intent, however, they branded him a heretic and had him burned at the stake. Yeah, that's about right. We've gone from rescue dad to now we have to bring archaeological evidence of the existence of Ivalice to light to prove it's real and not just fairy tales. Of course, this brings to light the whole idea that we have an Orosite sitting around, which is maybe not the best idea. Oh, Sid sent for an Archon of Charlian, eh? Hi, Mikoto! So, what do you got to show us about the Orosite that we happen to still have around? The Otius, one of but many Orosite shards that aided Noble Delita's rise to yeah. I involve a gossip monger, a goody two-shoes, and this flying mole. Flying mole. I love that. And then you hear the little boop behind him. Me a mole again and I'll smash your face into the ground, Kupo. Please do go on. My acceptance into your fight troops ranks can wait until all have said their piece. Wait, the Moogle wants to be an actor? It's more evil than even normal Moogles. Kill it with fire. Was this before or after you swore you simply had to become the realm's greatest marauder? But hey, at least his buddy seems to be a musician. Destined to be a thespian. The role of Delita was made for me. I seek aid in finding our leader, Bagamnin. Oh, you mean the idiot who walked off with the aura sight that makes people crazy and possesses them? Surrender our weapons and offer your journal as an act of... Why did you freaking threaten his sister at all, idiots? The crystal did something to our captain? What was your leader's deepest desire? What was it that he longed for above all else in the world? Their unit were the ones that were supposed to escort Ash away from the fortress. The words she uttered as she lay dying in the captain's arms, but a stone's throw from where the Garamsite waterways drain into the sea. She smiled and told us the very people who had failed her to survive. If we assume a deep-seated hatred towards the invaders of his homeland, coupled with self-loathing born from a sense of powerlessness. Which way is it going this time? Same direction. Alright. That was easy. So what's he creating over there? Ah, yes, those are the ones that float around, causing, like, AoE stuff. Oh god, they're going straight for us. No. Leave me alone. I don't want anything to do with you, stupid water. It's just following us around. It's so annoying. That's big fiery explosions from Belias. Okay, they're taking care of it. I don't need to focus on it at all. Time for a math test. But here it comes. Math test time. And everyone's HP goes down to single digits. And then we have to do calculations. So my HP is 7. Multiple of 5. So if I add 3, I become 10. Which is a multiple of 5. A lot of people are getting their math tests wrong. Everyone is down for the count. Let's get sucked. We're out. Dance! Dance, robot, dance! Time for us to take down Bagamnin, who's all disgusting now.
Swine.
And thinks we're all Garleans.
Come! The blood of my fallen brothers feeds my hate! The Empire is a cancer! And I am the Barber's Blade!
I mean, yes it is. But you're not fighting the Empire, so good job with that. Cyclone. Get sucked up!
Scream louder! I want to remember this!
He's raking again. Oh wow, I actually didn't get hit by that. I'm surprised. I thought for sure I was gonna get hit by that as he spun around and I tried to avoid some stuff. Didn't stop, made it pop.
You may have escaped me in this life, I shall be waiting in the next.
Sure you shall. How many more times do we have to take that stupid crystal out? Didn't get any pieces that were worth anything glam-wise out of that. Well! Hey, at least we don't have to deal with the petulant, bratty prince for a while. Vestiges of one's will may enter in an aura site. The desires of the former owner or creator of these necklaces was simply to return to Ivalice. Gee, who could that have possibly been? I wonder, huh, Lena? Ramza Bell. Yep. Wanted people to return to his homeland and uncover the truth behind the kingdom's founding. We're being tested. It's measuring our worth. Seeing if we're deserving of that truth. Not exactly that truth. Ramza is definitely testing us to see if we're worthy for what he needs to show us next, but it's not if we're worthy of the truth. He calls her Lady Murala. Lady? Since when did you? Oh my god, look at that. The spoiled, petulant little brat is starting to act like a decent person. Almost like he's been able to communicate with the aura site that Ramza is part of. The Moogles are like, I just had to disturb it in the ether. Yeah, his ether is being messed with by the other Ramza a bit. Mama's been experiencing difficulties with her health. Couldn't possibly be that she's wearing that necklace again. Our next expedition! Just ignore the girl who's basically collapsing all the time. The original Ramza and his party was in fact fighting with otherworldly forces that could destroy the entire world, like the Lucavi, yeah, born of these unholy crystals. So did they endure until reaching their final destination, the Orbonne Monastery. The evil being that engendered the aura site as a whole was said to have slumbered beneath the monastery. Ultima the High Seraph, so the river we're speaking of could only be the one which bisects Golmar on the Nagshim border. Okay, so the valley is home to the Vera. The one thing they do not suffer is trespassers, not even lovable Moogles. Well, then I guess we'll have to go find a Vera to give us passage. So what's this device that Mikoto wanted? Well, at least Mikoto isn't stupid. Everyone else is like, no, Alma will be fine, I'm sure. Mikoto's like, it's the aura site, you idiots. Recommended she destroys the necklace, yet not only did she refuse, she begged me to keep this revelation from her father. I devised a means by which I might impede or at least lessen the effects of the odious. So that's what that little horn thing is for? Well, gee, look at that. A Vera associated with Dalmasca in some way. Surprise, surprise. Here, I thought he'd be taller. That's racist. You're a fool to trust that princess, so yes. Even though Bwagi and these guys seem to really think that Ash is dead, apparently she's not. How are you? Oh, cool. Too late. Whatever, Mikoto, if you're gonna do this, do it fast. The High Seraph is being a bitch. Well, okay, cool. So I'm taking your weird little gimmick device. Why are you, like, haunting us with her? Guys. Oh! Did we just shatter the Odious? Hey, I mean, we got Alba back. Whoops! Well, you know what? I think this is a net gain on our part. We got Alba back and lost Ramza. I think that's a net positive. I guess we'll still have to go in and save his annoying butt, though. Oh boy, getting drunk. Yeah. Delita and Orin talking about how Ramza just vanished from his mortal vessel and sent his soul into the Orsite, basically. Hello, other Alma. We're powerless to defeat the High Seraph. We chose the only path left to us. Do what Hylian herself did countless centuries past. Imprison Ultima. Prison's only as strong as the seal on its gates. Yes, Ramza basically pulled a Persona 3. Like, he just surrendered up his soul to be used as a seal. They decided that Tactics Ramza in this universe was a Warrior of Light. Just a chunk of his soul left over in the frickin' Orsite. Like, yep, he penned a journal of the truth that's totally gonna get him murdered. Yeah, sure. Also something that, like, didn't happen in Tactics, I guess. Apparently, Orin and Alma got together. So yes, not only is the Lexingtale family descended of Orin Durai, they also happen to have Beowulf blood in them. Awesome, so the High Seraph wants to possess me. That's cute and all. Let me just punch her in her stupid face 1,000 times. Oh, would you look at that? Now we're starting to pick up some of Ramza's old colleagues and companions. Hello, Bustadio.
You shall promise. The promise won't save you from what comes next.
Sure, pal. Whatever. Uh-oh. Analysis. Show him your holes.
Let this be your final testament.
This is the free square. Again. Provided someone doesn't drag him 10,000 miles away again.
Let this be your final testament.
See, that's what happens if you don't show him your hole. You get obliterated.
You have proven yourself deserving of the title.
It's over here.
So brave. With this, my journey can, at long last, come to an end.
The Beowulf youth guides your fate, but have you the faith to fulfill his legacy? O divine light, send us from our sins! Gaze deep into the light!
Go ahead and put this up. And then do some heals as well while we're here. Thunder Slash, cleave. And a bunch of people took it right on the face because they weren't paying attention. Oh well.
The cleansing light shall... Well fought, champion.
Well,
I
they
leave
dealt
you
with
now
her
to
while
your
we were
quest.
gone.
My Ovelia awaits.
Your coming was foretold, servant of Ivalice.
Oh
Or
my
perhaps you
god.
serve another. I am Count Sidolphus
Sid.
Orlando. Your
Final Fatasy
journey
Tactics, Sid.
ends here. To live by the sword is to die by the sword. There is time enough for regret in the flames of hell.
He's a very poetic dude. And up we go. Where we each get our own Sid. There we go. Takes care of that.
I have been called the God of Thunder. You will now know why. Upon my holy blade, the very world lies in balance.
Uh-huh. Whatever you say,
And
buddy.
now the scales will tip. The
Bye-bye.
clouds have parted, and the skies
Look at
cleared.
all of our party dead because
is
he just
time I
dumped it
bade
in the
you
middle of our
farewell.
frickin' party.
Is it sanctum you
Hello there,
seek,
Ultimate.
my wayward children? Or perhaps you are come in search of power.
Wow, she devoured a bunch of lore
That
sites.
which lies at your feet, that blessed bauble can grant you both. You need but will it so. Now, take up your salvation and be gone. Mortal agency in matters divine shall not be suffered. You shall rue the day you raised your eyes to the heavens.
I mean, you shall rue the day you brought the Warrior of Light in here. You want my body, but you're taking these hands. As long as I get the hell out of there. Oh, I almost didn't catch that water bottle there, and I stood right in the center of that one. Ah, come on!
Bear your steel.
But at least the other guys are bringing our healers back. But I'm going to be sitting here, because I'm just a melee DPS. No one's going to give a crap about rezzing me until they've rezzed a bunch of other people.
Simmer as the light of life before rising to the heavens in a cleansing conflagration of divine.
Okay, they are pulling us in,
benevolence.
though, because this whole thing is about to change.
Your sins, your souls.
That was very close, actually. Like, if that res had been just like a second or two slower, I would have had to go through the fall animation first and then come in.
You will not intervene.
Ruination! Get destroyed. Now we'll hold on to this. While she's trying to completely obliterate us. And the healers are just having to sort of heal through this. Those ultimate illusion pops. Yep, where we're just taking tons of damage. Right up until Ramza and the others come to help us. Ooh. Here's the puzzle. Two, one, don't move. Move.
Kneel before me.
Nope, coming through, lady. Okay. He's already getting that one. No one's getting this one. Okay, someone's got that one. Oh, someone did not get that one. At least we're done. Finally, that was a rough clear, man.
I am your mother. I am
You
your
are none of
maker.
these things. Nope.
Ivalice. Consign me unto darkness, and your light will be forever.
No thanks. Just go away, lady. Bye-bye. Ow, flashbang. Hey guys, how you doing? Hi Ramza. Yeah, you're welcome, I suppose. I need to beat her face in anyway, but yeah, sure, definitely came to help you. Well, hello there, other Ramza. Or maybe I should say real Ramza. And this idiot at my side can be fake Ramza. Yeah. Mustadio, Agias, Sid. So let's be clear, most of these people were alive at the end of a Tactics playthrough, which means a lot of these people must have bound themselves to Oracite in order for this one moment. Like, you get that impression when you're playing Tactics, like, wow, these outfits look dumb. Like, all of Ramza's outfits look dumb. And it's like, yeah, this really high-definition model of Ramza, it still looks stupid. Hi, guys. Like, their memories and being should have long been absorbed by Hydaelyn, and their souls, their energy, used to create new life. Adding a new final act to the Zodiac Brave story. Perhaps later I shall pen a tale about the legendary warrior of light. Oh god. Yeah, my tale's especially far from over considering those idiots just added Shadowbringers. Okay, sure, whatever. I don't know. Honestly, in trying to mesh Tactics and 12 and 14 all together, you get a lot of really kind of odd, rough edges where, like, the lore doesn't quite work out here or there. But they do a pretty good job of it for the most part.